Hello everybody and welcome to Dan Armour's Tech, and I hope you're doing well. And today we're going to be taking a look at Gigabyte's X399 Designare EX motherboard. So let's roll that intro and jump straight on into it. So let's go ahead and actually open up the motherboard box itself, and what you will notice straight away is compared to some of the other motherboard boxes I've unboxed, it's actually quite glossy. Really nice sort of panel here covering the motherboard that just flips back, and obviously first up plastic and then the motherboard. Now it does come in foam, obviously to stop all the static, so anti-static foam. What we're going to do is take everything out the box first and have a look at that. So if I just pop this up here, obviously you get your stickers, so move that out of the way, obviously you're not going to need those, and then you've got two compartments down here. So what we're going to do is open these up and have a look what you get in them. So first up, take all this out, you get quite a few packets. If I can move it all, there you go. And we're just going to close the box and move that out of the way. So first up is your SLI bridge. That's a Gigabyte SLI bridge, so obviously if you're running two GPUs, not going to need that, so pop that over there. You do get a M.2 to U2 adapter, which is really nice. Obviously just pops into an NVMe drive, and then obviously you can add another two onto it. There you go. So yeah, that's quite nice. M.2 to U.2 adapter. Obviously I'm not going to need that either. Now you can actually use this on the bottom right hand slot of the motherboard, but you can't use it in the others because it will interfere with GPU or GPUs, sound cards, capture cards, anything like that. So obviously do bear that in mind if you're going to be putting one of those in. You get your 6 SATA cables, you get 2 RGB headers and extensions, an Allen key. Now you do get another RGB extender here. Your dual Wi-Fi antenna, that's quite nice. Do get your little power plug, obviously all the cables, there you go, to plug into the right hand side of the motherboard at the bottom, if this will focus. Nope, it's not going to focus, there you go. And then you get your NVMe standoffs. So that's all quite nice. Now we are going to put all that back in the box. Most of that I'm not actually going to be using. On the right hand side you do get manuals, obviously the Designare manual with the Gigabyte apps data disk on the inside, and you get 2 temperature probes and some Designare cable ties, which is all really nice. But the motherboard itself is obviously what we're here to really have a look at. Now I'm just going to pop all that in there and move that down like that. So obviously motherboard wise, now this is the bit that is really nice. So compared to the Aorus Gaming 7, which was built mainly for gaming, this is built with more professional creators in mind. First thing to notice is obviously the Designare display down here of the PCH that does light up. That's the only RGB on the motherboard itself. You do not have the RGB strips in between the memory anymore. They've removed that, and this is an upgraded board compared to the Aorus Gaming 7. So if we move that on over, there you go. Now again, with the I/O shield for instance, there is a fan underneath there helping the heat sinks on this side. You do get your 4 and your 8 pin power connectors up in the top right hand side there, and then you get multiple fan points. I think you've got about 8. You've got 2 there, 3 down here, you've got another 2 there, and 1 which is already populated for the heatsink just under there. Obviously your CPU holder, that's most important, and this is quad channel memory, supports up to 3600 megahertz plus, and that is overclocking as well. And then obviously the 24 pin ATX connector over here. You do get the 8 SATA port connectors down the side, and your front USB type C hub, which is all really good. Now this is all proper solid plastic really, which is really nice. It runs down the left hand side, which integrates their amp up audio. Now this is ALC 1220 codec with VIMA down here and other Japanese connectors on the bottom left hand side. And obligatory down at the bottom, like the Gaming 7, you do get your source code, you do get your power pins, you do have a couple of temperature sensors down here as well, USB connectors here, audio connector over on the left hand side here, and you do have two RGB strip headers as well, one there located there and one located at the top here. In regards to expansion wise, you do have 5 PCIe slots, so you've got 2x16, 2x16 here, I believe that's 2x8 there, and 1x4 here, and then you got your NVMe drives here. So these 3 NVMe slots. Again, really nice. They've gone for a more silver and black look, whereas the Gaming 7 was more of a darker look. And yeah, really nice. And this is the upgraded model as well. On the back, you do have a really nice durable backplate. Now this is something that they didn't have on the motherboards. It just adds strength to this motherboard, and again it makes it look really nice. Even though you're not really going to see this, it's just a nice touch that they've put in to make it durable. Again, with durability, you have got the armoured PCIe slots, and you also got double locking mechanisms as well for all your add-in cards, GPUs, so on and so forth. Now the IO shield is already attached to the motherboard. So if I zoom in here, they've already done the hard bit for you. So it's all added in, just slot in and then tighten up. First of all, you've got the PS2 keyboard and mouse, which obviously nobody really uses that anymore because it's all USB. You will notice there's sort of 2, 4, 6, 8 free, you obviously see they're USB 3. These are actually USB 3.1 Gen 1 connectors. The 2 at the top, the yellow ones, they are DAC up. So that's where you can add USB connectors and adjust the voltage by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 millivolts. The white one is actually a BIOS for the Q flash that Gigabyte provide. Really nice. Obviously just shove a USB in there, Q flash the motherboard, and away you go. You then obviously got the last 5, which are the USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports. You do then have 2 gigabit LAN connectors. These are Intel, and now you do have 2 indicators, one here and one here. One will be flashing to tell you that you are connected to the internet, and I think it's green is running at 100 megabytes per second, and orange is 1, 5 or 10 megabytes per second, and that's on both of these. Here you do have your dual antenna connectors for obviously Wi-Fi, and that's Intel dual Wi-Fi. You've got your USB 3.1 Type C and USB 3.1 Type A ports just here, and then you've got 5 gold-plated audio connectors with the optics in and out. So overall, a really nice motherboard. What I will do is I will just leave that here actually, and I will go and get the Aorus Gaming 7 motherboard. So as you know, I did. Sorry about that. As you know, I did upgrade to the ROG Zenith Extreme Alpha. That was a really nice motherboard. But obviously, I've gone back to Gigabyte. These videos have been done after quite a while. I didn't have a PC to sort of basically show you everything that was going on. So I'm going to move that out of the way and get the Gigabyte Aorus Gaming 7 that I've had. Like I said, this one was for nearly 2 years. So here's the difference between them. That is not going to stay. I hope it's going to stay. Well, it hasn't fallen yet, so that's a massive bonus. Obviously, I wouldn't suggest doing this at home if I was you. If it does fall, it's really expensive hardware to mess up. If I zoom out, there you go. They are the same size. The interchangeable PCH covers, which is here. Obviously, I'm keeping this motherboard as it's going to be a souvenir, but this is all really tatty plastic. It doesn't look great. It's black and it's grey. What I didn't talk about is the MOSFETs, or the VRM, should I say. They are server grade VRMs on here, and it's an 8-phase VRM direct, which is really nice. You've got a beefier aluminium heatsink on there, which if I show you like that, there you go. Come on, focus. they go completely different to this one, which is just naff. So as you can see, the Designare or Designare or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to go with Designare because it sounds quite nice, is a much more beefier upgrade version of the Gaming 7. Again, even down to the I/O being all integrated. You've got a fan under there for the heatsink, whereas here you haven't. It just added a bit more oomph to this one. Now don't get me wrong, the Asus ROG Zenith Extreme is absolutely amazing and I do love that motherboard, but I like Gigabyte just that little bit more. So I've gone and got the X399 Designare. I'm going to keep it and it's going to look really, really nice. In regards to videos coming up, obviously I do have the RTX 2080 Ti, so obviously do stay tuned for that. I do have a studio upgrade coming up. I do have also Ivan from Level Up Customs Lee & Lee build, which you're going to want to stay tuned for. However, if you did like the video then today, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like always, go ahead and subscribe and click that bell icon to keep up to date with all notifications from myself. And like always, I shall see you in the next video.